What's good, YouTube? It's MrRopeCity here, back with another video.
Perfect.
Nay nay. What's good, YouTube? It's MrRopeCity here, back with another video. And today our topic is not going to be about wave, you guys, but in this video I will be brushing my hair while we talk about the topic. I'm starting a new series called Wave Debates. Basically, it's, controversial topics, that goes on through the daily lives of men and women. Topic could be about anything. But today our topic is about why do men feel like they have to have a higher social status than women. And what I mean by that is, the meaning of social status is a person's standing or importance in relationships to other peoples within a society. In retrospect, what that means is, you guys, the more, people know someone else, the more people feel like they know you or anything like that. That's a symbol of social status. And in today's world, people consider social status as a sign of success, when it really doesn't mean that. It just means that a lot of people know you, so therefore you sit higher than the average people in society because of your social status. And y'all also, while I'm doing these debates and everything, leave your comments all down below. The more the better, because there is no right or wrong answer when it comes to debating. That's the beauty behind debating, because everyone has their own opinion and is entitled to their own opinion. The first topic we're gonna get to, like I like to describe it and everything, I like to talk about famous people, because that's, everyone knows someone that's famous. And what I mean by famous, is talking about as far as, entertainers, athletes, anything of that nature that someone know, social media famous, they're considered to be famous in some kind of way. So this is what I'm talking about as a famous person. My first topic is going to be about, how famous people doing things, preferably, the entertainment industry and the music industry. That's where a lot of, social status comes into play. What I mean by that is, you guys, say for instance, your favorite rapper, it could be anyone that you listen to. They always have, iced out jewelry, the watches are iced out. Theoretically, they're losing money on all those watches that they're buying because they don't sell for a high resale price. People that are spending that much money on a watch do not care to have, that many diamonds in them. But what they do is, to have a high social status, they do that because people's gonna look at it. It's gonna be publicity. Think about some of the rappers like J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Chance the Rapper. Them guys, they don't have as high social status as other rappers, but they are considered to be better rappers than them. But since they're not in the media that much as, like a rapper like Gunna or Young Thug or Travis Scott, people don't forget about them, but they don't add them in that mix of rappers sometimes. They're not always on the commercials and everything. Say for instance, buying the biggest necklace or, iced out jewelry, VVS's and everything. Those rappers talk about that because it's a social status. And how men, thing about men is that, anyone that's not in our circle, that's someone we don't know, they're considered competition. Just like a business, if you're running a grocery store or a shoe store or something, you don't want anyone moving close to you that's going to open up the same type of business that you have, because it's considered to be competition. So anything that you can do to put them beneath you or, not as good as you, you're going to do anything by the means to make that happen, because you want to, increase your income and everything, that's to do it, build a legacy. But you make sure you don't want to do it in anything unethical, or not cut out any of your morals or anything. So, that's that fine line between something like that. And you also could look at social media people. Say for instance, if someone follow you that has 50,000 followers on Instagram. The first thing that comes to your mind is, why they follow me? This person has to, be important of some kind of way because they have this many followers. So even though you don't want to follow that person back, a lot of people will, just because of how many followers that they do have. So, when you see that blue check mark on Instagram, that means a lot to some people. They'll be like, oh my gosh, such and such follow me, because that person has a high social status in today's world. And so when people do that, they feel honored to be followed by that person, or that person actually went on their page and clicked the follow button. So, that's the difference between, social status and famous people versus, people in your average day lives. Yeah, my bad. I wasn't even brushing my hair, man. I get carried away talking. My bad. I do that sometimes when I talk. But my next topic is going to be about being an alpha male. That has to do with social status also, you guys. When you walk in a room, an alpha male is basically someone that, when you walk in a room out of, say 50 men or 100, how many group that person will stand out. That's called an alpha male. That's what, when the ladies look at him, that's who they're looking at, because he has a presence once he walk in the room. And being an alpha male could be anything. It could be height, be how you dress, how you carry yourself, what you got on, how you smell. Just as long as you in whatever crowd you're in, you stand out over everybody else that's in that crowd. That's, you know, that's the definition of being an alpha male in today's society. And, you know, say for instance, women, you know, the thing about women is they gonna always go for the alpha male. You know, whether you know it or not. We talking about the average lady here. We talking about, you know, the regular 51% or above. You know, we ain't talking about the lady and say, we ain't talking, you know, we don't want no girl to say, you know, I ain't like that, you know, or I ain't never did that. You know, we ain't talking about them. You know, you ever been in a classroom and a teacher or somebody might have told the whole classroom to shut up, and it's always been one girl that say, he ain't talking to me, she ain't talking to me. You know, that's taking it personal. So I'm always, in my videos, I'm always talking about the average person. You know, that's the point of the debate. We're not talking about the obsolete people. In order to be success, 51% of the people or having a social status has to like you. So now we're not talking about the 10% or the 20%, we're talking about 51%. As long as you're above that, you're considered to be, you know, have a high social status, someone liking you or in the industry. And another thing too, y'all, as far as with men, you know, buying higher end clothing, you know, men do that, you know, as far as in, you know, to press ladies. And, you know, at the end of the day, because think about it, a woman can go get a pair of $10 shoes or slippers or sandals, whatever you want it to be, any type of clothing. A man won't care what brand it is or anything like that. But I rest assure you, the average lady, she won't talk to a guy even if she do think he cute or anything like that. But you see him with Skechers on or FUBU or whatever the case may be, something that's not name brand, they won't give him the time of day because they don't think they had a high enough social status, or they don't think they're considered to be cool enough because of what they have on. But they tend to see someone with some Balenciagas or Jordans or some Balmains on or anything like that, they consider them to be different, so they'll have a more likely chance of, you know, getting that lady because of what they have on. So that's sometimes why men clothing are a lot expensive, you know, than women clothing, just because of the simple fact that companies know that men, you know, always want to look good at all times, you know, and we have to stand out over every other man in today's world. You know, it's sad to say that, but you know, that's honestly how it is today. So, you know, if you can't get with the program, you know, you're gonna honestly be left behind. So, but you know, I always say, man, be yourself. You know, if you're not into all that stuff, don't let that describe who you are, you know, and everything like that. The other thing, you know, what men do, you know, I'm not gonna even worry about brushing, y'all know how my way looks, y'all seen the clips before. But you know, I'm most important here finna talk about this and everything. Is also, you know, what men do and everything. You know, you ever heard the saying of fake it till you make it? That is honestly true, as when you think about it and everything. And what I mean by fake it till you make it is, a lot of people say, you know, rich people won't dress like this, or rich people don't care if they got this or if you seem like this in public. Theoretically, those people have made it, so they have that money, so they don't care what other people think about them or how they look. But when they say fake it till you make it is, people wear all, you know, wear this or wear that, or you know, buy this, you know, drive this kind of car, but they haven't made it yet. So what they'll do is just spend all their money on one thing, then, you know, so they're faking it to everyone else. Just like in Yo Got It song, to say everybody. That song is the perfect song for what I'm trying to explain here. And, you know, just say for instance, when you see boys, you know, guys, you know, buy a V6 sports car, it's muscle car. Let's say for instance a Challenger or a Charger or a Mustang. You know, they don't know anything about cars, but also the ladies don't know anything about cars. So the first thing when they buy one, you know, they're buying it to impress the ladies. They don't care about nothing about the engine, how it drives and everything. But theoretically, that's the reason why they're buying the cars, to impress the ladies. And also, you know, to say that another dude ain't got this or he ain't got that. You know, the rappers talk about it all the time. You know, VVS diamonds, you know, I got an umbrella in my Rolls Royce and everything like that. You know, you don't have to talk about them things, but to say that you got it and somebody else don't got it, it doesn't put you on the same, you know, social status as the other dude, so you're above them. So, and that's the thing with men like to have power. Men consider money as a power thing, as a respect thing. And you know, always, you know, people say is, you know, why he think he could do this, why she think she can do that? She rich or he rich. So people, they get a lot of, you know, get buys and everything in today's world, depending on how much money you have and how important you are to everyone else. You can get by with a lot of things. So, you know, really y'all, you know, in social status and everything, we all have a problem with it. It don't matter if you're a guy or if you're a lady. You know, you're oppressed by what you see. If you don't see something, you're not impressed by it because you don't know about it. So, you know, that's the point of social status, because you're important to everyone else because of what you show them. That's really what social media comes into play at. You know, so y'all stay tuned to the next video. Leave all your comments below. Like once I said, nobody is right or wrong. Every opinion matters. You know, the more people you share it with, the more the controversial topic is gonna spread around. And I got a next video too. I think y'all gonna like that one. But in the meantime, you know, subscribe on the video, comment on it, most definitely hit the like button. Till next time, Mr. Rope City out.